triangle using similar triangles to prove theorems. We're going to answer the question, how can I use other properties to prove? Okay, so question 58 says, Sophia lays a coordinate grid over an astronomical chart. Sophia notices that star A is located at the point -4, -2. And star B is located at 8, 4, where one grid unit represents 1 light year. Plot these points and label them, okay? So for the first point, we're going to go -4, -2. So you're going to start in the middle at the origin. You're going to go 4 to the left and down 2. Plot a point and label it A. For point B, it's at 8, 4. So again, start at the origin, go 8 to the right, up 4, plot a point, and label it B. For part A, it says an asteroid is located at the midpoint between the stars. Where is it located? How far is it from each star? Okay? So to find the midpoint, you're going to take the two x values of those 2 points, add them together, and then divide by 2. So the x value is -4, and the x value is 8. So we're going to say -4 plus 8, divide it by 2. This is 4 divided by 2, which is 2. Then we're going to take the y values, add them together, and divide by 2. So -2 plus 4, -2 plus 4 is 2, and 2 divided by 2 is 1. So we're going to go 2 to the right and up 1, put a point. That's your midpoint. Does it look like the midpoint? Does it look like the middle of those 2 points? Yeah, so we probably did it correctly. If you get something way off in outer space, you're probably going to want to check your math and make sure you did it right. Okay? It wants to know how far it is from each star. Okay? So I connected it to point B over here. Since it's in the middle, it's going to be the same distance from each. And I created a right triangle. So I just dashed in this direction, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units. So I plugged that into the Pythagorean Theorem. And then this side of the right triangle is 1, 2, 3 units. Plug that into the Pythagorean Theorem. And then I just solved. 3 squared is 9, 6 squared is 36. Add them together and take the square root. They are roughly square root of 45. I think it said light years away or something is how they're measuring it in units. The square root of 45 is not a perfect square, but it's really close to 1. Which perfect square is 45 really close to? Which one? There's a perfect square in the 40s, right? 49. What's the square root of 49? 7. So this is probably 6 point something-ish. Okay? That's how you can do that in your head and not get exact, but pretty close. Okay? All right. Part B says Sophia is modeling the path of a comet as it flies through the galaxy. If she assumes the comet is flying on a linear path, what are the coordinates of the comet that when it is 1/3 of the way from star A to star B? Okay? So instead of taking half, like we did up here, we're going to take 1/3. Okay? So since the first point was at -4, we're going to say -4 plus 1/3 of 12. 12 was the complete distance. If we count it out, we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 units away horizontally. So 1/3 of 12 is 4. -4 plus 4 is 0. Then we need to count vertically how many units. So if we go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we need to take 1/3 of 6, which is 2. So So negative 2 plus positive 2 is also 0. It just so happens that that comet is at the origin. It's right at 0, 0. Okay? Now let's pretend that it's 3/4 of the way from star A to star B. Okay? Now we're going to take 3/4 of 12, which is 4 goes in there 3 times. 3 times 3 is 9. So negative 4 plus 9 is going to be 5. 3/4 of 6 is going to be 1.5. So 4.5. So negative 2 plus 4.5 is 2.5. And then the next one wants to know what if it's 2/3 of the way, but this time it's switching directions. It wants us to go from star B to star A. Both of these were from A to B, A to B. Now it's switching from B to A. So instead of starting at negative 4, now we're going to start at 8. Okay? We're still going to take 2/3 of 12, which is also 8. So 8 minus 8 is 0. We're going to take 2/3 of 6, which is 4, and then 4 minus 4 is 0. And then part D, this is just algebraically. They want us to say any fraction, D over C of the way from A to B. You're going to take that fraction of the total distance, add it to negative 4. You're going to take any fraction of the total rise and add it to negative 2. Okay. All right. Down at the bottom, part C says, how do your answers for each part of B relate to the work you did with dilations in chapter 2? It creates a scale factor. When you take a fraction of something, you're taking the same distance from each part. Okay? And Sophia's brother is confused and needs help. How can he find a point that is a certain fraction of the distance from any point? So this is all fancy math notation. Basically, if you're given any point, A, B, so you're given two numbers where your point's at, you can add whatever that fraction is to x. Then you're given the y value. You're going to add any fraction of what it is to the y value.